Hello, this is Candy Sun here, and today we've got another Battle of the Mobile series for this channel, and today we have a series between Say No to Bloons and Ryan MCJ, both great players, so I'm expecting a very good series here today, possibly even the best we've seen on this channel so far. So, both go farms on here. Jim is going ace. Jim is Say No to Bloons, by the way, if you don't know. And Ryan MCJ, I'm expecting him to go tack, because he pretty much always goes tack. And tack allows for quite the versatility when defending mid-game rushes, like early mid-game, like Rigo Rainbow Rush and that kind of stuff. But I feel it does lack a bit on the 20 and 22 rushes, because you're forced to stick with just Dart Monkey from popping power, and it can really let you down. And Ryan is being a tiny bit greedier than Jim here, and Jim not really exploiting as much as Ryan is, both using their set of spikes. And another thing to notice is that Jim only has 6 battle energy left, so he'll be strapped for battle energy and will be forced to over defend in many situations because he is unable to spam battle energy. So you can see here he's going straight for the second triple darts instead of using battle energy. So he's realizing this, and I'm not sure if Ryan realizes that Jim is so low on, or well, he obviously doesn't actually. And Jim uses one of those 6, so he's down to 5 left. So we'll see if that 5 can last him through the entire game, and he'll probably recharge after this game, because battle energy is a key aspect to winning some of these games, especially since they're so close. Every single edge can mean a lot more than what it originally does. And Ryan up a whole 1-0 farm already, and the fact that Jim is down so low on battle energy is showing. Oh yeah, that is another thing to note. Ryan, he either hacks or glitches or whatever with his battle energy, and a lot of players do this in mobile, so I'm not sure how punishable it would be, because battle energy isn't that impactful in having too much, but I personally do not like people using it. But Jim, who runs the tournament, is fine with people like that who do have more battle energy because of that, only because it is not directly impactful of the game. And one other thing to note, Jim has caught up in the farm economy, or he did for a second there, but Ryan take back the advantage, and he's trying to get Ryan to lose a life there, and Ryan just hits the battle energy and he's fine. So both players still no lives lost, surprisingly. Well, they did use their 2 sets of road spikes each, and Ryan's going for some regrow whites and yellows, and we'll see, does that make Jim leak any? And Jim leaks a couple lives, so now Jim is required to rush because he is down on lives. And well, there's another thing, if Ryan is going tack, which he probably is, then lives won't be too much of a concern for Jim, but Jim doesn't notice, and I doubt he does. And another thing is that the outside of the curve juggernaut spots, I actually recently made that, or founded that spot, because you put on first, it acts as if it was on last until the balloons start leaking, so it functions better than when the other juggernaut's just on last. And it's really been a breakthrough to where you don't need as much defense to actually defend, because of how awesome the spot is. And it's really nice with that. So Jim's setting a little teaser rush, just trying to get Ryan to use up some battle energy, but he doesn't. And both equal in the farm economy right now. Okay, Jim is behind about $800 to $1,000. So we'll see if he can catch up with that. And Ryan's sending a teaser rush back at Jim, but Jim decides to use the battle energy. He's down to 3, it looks like. And I'm surprised Jim did use the battle energy there. He didn't need to because he has the good Juggernaut spot there, to where it would hit him effectively better than just 2 normal ones wouldn't last. And Jim got up another Juggernaut just in case of a secondary rush, but Ryan doesn't send a secondary, so Jim's gonna sell a Dart Monkey just to get that farm up, and they're equal in the farm economy now. So Jim has managed to spectacularly come back in the farm economy, which very well done on his part, and I feel that was in part by that failed Reaper Zebra rush by Ryan. And the reason they aren't sending Reaper Rainbows is because they've got so expensive. It's $12.15 for a set of 3 Reaper Rainbows, and it's just absurdly expensive. And Jim, instead of taking the opportunity to get his eco up, he's sending a double Moab, and Ryan's hitting the battle energy instead of going for the Super Monkey Fan Club, and he has less. Oh, he's down to under 90 lives, so he has to rush now. But Jim has sent that second mob, I think, a little too early, but Ryan still uses that Super Monkey Fan Club, and Jim's sending a third Moab. So this is going to come in right after that Super Monkey Fan Club, and he's going to have to rebuy the Fan Club or hit the battle energy. He's going to hit the battle energy, and this really has actually put Jim in the lead in farms. And Jim's just going to hit the battle energy here. He is down to, is that 1 battle energy? Oh god. Jim is really he's really in a tight spot here, because once he runs out of that battle energy, he'll pretty much have to ground zero everything. And he's realizing this, so he's defending a bit more than normal. He has a lot of triple darts up, and he's going to go for the Super Monkey Fan Club as well. He has more than 10 dart monkeys, so some of them are not under the effect. And we'll see if anyone decides to do around 22 rush, because if it goes past then, Jim does have ace, and it will be a lost cause for Ryan probably, because they'll get so much money each that's just going to become so easy for Jim to defend. Meanwhile, Ryan, who probably still has tech, is going to find it increasingly harder to defend as the time goes on. So we'll see if Jim decides to send a late ZOMG rush, if he's not rushed. And Ryan's going for the second 4th tier farm, and he gets it up, nice timing, and he sold a few things for that, including a Juggernaut. And Jim has his up to 4-2. So he got up the start of the round, so the X2 upgrade is much more effective. And Ryan's still only slightly ahead in the farm economy. Well, equal now, but he's up a couple thousand, I think, maybe. I don't know at this point, but they're about equal. And Jim is saving up. It's looking like he's going to send his UMG possibly. I think he's taking advantage of the fact that Ryan will not be prepared. Oh, and he sends grouped BFBs. And Ryan's probably going to show his tech. If he went ace, then this will be a failed rush. Oh, and he did go ace. So he sold all that for an ace. And he's sending a group BFB rush back at Jim. So Jim is going to be forced to ground zero this. And he's just waiting out as long as he can, saving up as much money as possible, and getting as many BFBs as possible. And he's activating a fan club there. And ground zero. Oh wow, that was very close. And he's going to have to hit another ground zero there, and he does. And he leaks 1 life there. So perfect timing on that ground zero. He's going to rush back with some fast cooldown BFBs. So it does turn out that Ryan didn't go tech, even though he normally does. So I think he realized the fact that Jim is not one to go tech versus. And Jim has also recovered an extra battle energy, so not a huge deal. And Ryan is out of farms, so Jim is going to take advantage of that. And Jim's going to have to ground zero this rush, which he is going to do. He did that, another perfect timing. He did that right after that BFB got turned down the Moabs. And if I were Jim, I would sell the fan club and get up a Spectra. And Ryan also has the Bloon Chipper. So he is using the 0-4 Bloon Chipper ability, but he is going to run out of money, and the Bloons are going to run through, and that's going to be a GG. Not yet, but that will be a GG for Ryan, and Jim is going to win. And Ryan's leaking, and he's dead. So Jim wins that. Great first battle, and on to the second one. So Ryan has picked, I think it may have shown earlier, I didn't see. What's this map called? I'm not sure what this is called. This is like a snow map or something. I'm not sure the actual name, so we'll call this snow map for now. And Ryan is going eco. I've been really trying to bring eco strats onto this map, and just because of how great the reactor spot is, and I think I've successfully done it. And before this, I'm pretty sure I had used this against Ryan. I'm not sure. No, that was against someone else, but this map, eco, is viable, and I really did bring this here, but this is a very tough map to use eco if you don't know what you're doing. A lot tougher than Battle Park, for example. This one requires a lot better micro, a lot better skill, and a lot better gameplay overall. I mean, this map is a lot shorter, and you have only room for 2 subs. And it's also a lot tougher than No Lives Lost. So we'll see if Jim will be able to take advantage of Ryan going eco here, or if Ryan will be able to defend whatever SN2B throws at him. And Jim has both Ace and Super Monkey, so if he somehow has the lives advantage, he's gonna win. Because Ryan won't be able to send a sizable rush until the 30s. And by then, Jim can just get up Super Monkeys or Spectras, or just ground zeros. But probably at that point, it'd be better going for Spectras or Sun Gods or something. And Ryan's going for some layering, just trying to get as many lives as possible on Jim, because he probably realizes how tough it is to No Lives Lost on here. And it's actually very tough to exploit a good player on here that's going eco, but it's also very easy to exploit the strat at the same time. It's very weird in how it is, but it allows for a very disparity-filled play, I guess, is the best way to say it. And Ryan is not going for the reactor yet. He's probably just going to hit the battle energy if he is rushed. And Jim is not taking advantage of the fact that he is not going to get that reactor. And Jim is just going to keep leaking as well to these yellows, and we'll see if Jim is able to take advantage of this. And Jim's sending a couple leads, and will Ryan have enough money for the reactor in time? If he gets up, yes, he will have enough. So will he leak at least 30 lives there? No. He's gonna No Lives Lost that. And he did very good timing there. And starting to send pinks at Jim. But the only thing is, Ryan's defense is not enough for Rico Rainbow Rush. So if Jim were to send that, Ryan would die. And Jim realizing this and sending some regrow zebras. And Ryan get up the 3-0 cannon, so he's going to defend this perfectly fine. And SN2B to Bloons just wasted that money that he could have put in the farms. And Jim going for spaced camo pinks. That does not work against the reactor here, especially with that 3-0 cannon. I guess that this is Jim's first time playing against this strat on here. I mean, he's seen it on Battle Park and stuff, but this map is completely different, so Jim's probably just not used to it. And Jim very weak in his farming compared to what he should be at, but he's also playing against Eco, so he has to defend against 2 pads of Bloons, really, and constant, so he has to worry about that as well. And Ryan being very good in his economy, and we'll see if Jim is able to possibly do around 18 exploit. That could happen, or round 20. Round 20 is a tough round to defend if it's done properly. Round 18 is a bit easier because you just get up a sabotage and you're fine. And yeah, Ryan's last tower will be Ninja, guaranteed, because Ninja is almost needed to be able to defend on these types of maps with Bloon economy. And Jim gets up his 4-1 farm. He's about to get that 4-2, and he is a bit behind in the eco department. Ryan is sending greens for his eco just to save up a bit, so he's feeling very confident in his defending skills. So we'll see if Jim is able to exploit this. The AI leads are getting very far. Jim has to hit the battle energy, and he dies to AI. Round 19 AI there. So he has picked Inkblot. So this is a farm map because of how short it is. And Jim is going Dart Monkey, farm, and sub. So he's probably going to go sub for his eco, or for his defense, and farm as well. But, well, of course he's going to farm, but he's probably going to go for sub instead of Dart Monkey to start off because of the way this map plays. And there's not really any really good Dart Monkey spots. For triple darts, at least. For Juggernauts, there's a couple good spots, but even then, there's really only that straight line at the end that makes a huge difference. And the other fact is that you do have the battle energy to hit as well. And Jim being greedy and Ryan exploiting it, but he did not send that many blues. He could have made Jim weak so much there if he went with constant reds or blues, but he just didn't take advantage of it. So Jim got his farm up slightly earlier, and with a slightly cheaper defense for 4 he'll have. We'll see if anyone decides to exploit each other. And they're both using battle energy pinks, but okay, they both get up their airburst darts, so they'll both be fine. Jim leaking a little there, Ryan leaking a little there, Jim a little bit more than Ryan, so we'll see if anyone is able to take advantage of that and get ahead in the farm economy, but it's looking like it's going to stay equal, so we'll see who can make the move to get ahead in the farm economy and really take the game from there. So the airburst darts should be enough for round 6 as well on here. To die leak a lot with round 6, you have to be going against someone with a very high Bloon eco, or just sell farms, but no one's gonna do that. It requires so much greens, and they could just hit the battle energy anyway, so it won't even matter. What we may see is round 8. I'm expecting them to go for possibly a second triple darts, maybe a reactor, but I highly doubt it. And Jim's getting ready to send yellows. or no, he's just layering that for now. He's probably getting ready for round 8, and Ryan has to hit that battle energy, and Jim is probably going to exploit it and go for yellows, which he does. But Ryan still has a battle energy effects. Jim hits a battle energy, and Ryan has a second triple darts, or not triple darts, second airburst darts. So he'll be fine now. For anything else, he could just sell a farm and get more or battle energy, which is about to get back. And Jim getting up or going for a juggernaut there. Meanwhile, Ryan going for a reactor. So variance in strats here. And Ryan gets up his reactor, but that's not enough even for leads. So he's going to leak a bit there. And Say No to Bloons is up on lives, even though they don't matter that much on this map. And I see Jim exploiting this round 13. He is going to. And yeah. There goes his exploit, and Ryan's going to have to sell farms, get that Maelstrom. And he does go attack this time. So he's going to have to sell that Maelstrom, and nice rush by Jim, forcing Ryan to get up that Maelstrom, sell farms there. Very well executed, but Ryan take advantage of it and got up in the farm economy. So Jim's going to start sending camo pinks to try and exploit it, but that's not going to work unless he uses Bloon Boost. And even then, I'm not sure if that will work. Oh, it is working a tiny bit. But he needs that Bloon Boost to make it effect. And Ryan going for some camos, not working at all. Why did Jim hit that battle energy there? He was going to defend that just fine. Very awkward. That's going to set up a counter rush. Not counter rush, but a secondary rush. Ryan is probably going to send it anytime now. Or not. Jim's going to rush back and force Ryan to get that Maelstrom. Is he going to get it? He gets it up. He leaks a bit. And he sells all his farms. He's going to go for the counter rush. They're both rushing at the same time. And Jim gets up that battle energy just in time. And he's going to take down Ryan. Or does he? Let's see. Ryan's leaking a bit. He's almost dead. And GG. So that was a very, very intense series. A very good closing. I really enjoyed commentating that one. I'm glad Jim sent that to me. So, hope you all enjoyed. And see you on the next one.